everyone, welcome back. Today I am doing, let's be honest, all of my projects are a little weird lately, but they're fun for me. And so today I'm gonna be making over this mallard duck. I believe that the idea for this came from TikTok. I will try to find that video and put it in here, but it was essentially two guys who found a statue. I wanna say the statue was of like the Virgin Mary, and they covered it with disco sequin squares, and it just took something that was not my style, and it just leveled up to something really fun and quirky and cheeky. And I thought, gosh, what if I were to go to the thrift store and find something fun and cover them with sequins? That would be a great project. I didn't find anything at the thrift store, but I did in looking through like Facebook Marketplace and other sources like that. I did get it in my mind that a bird decoy would be a really funny thing to make over, which is where good old Don enters the picture. So Donald the Duck was from eBay. I want to say I paid $4 plus like $9 in shipping. So this duck is about to get a glow up. I have decided that I'm a little bit of the DIY version of like, look, a squirrel. Don't get me wrong. If I had a room to decorate and totally make over every few weeks, I would be such a happy camper. But the reality of life is that I cannot make over a full room or a full house every other week. And so I have figured out ways to keep my business running, to keep my brain running, just to kind of be creative and make quirky things. When I first started, this was a little bit harder to justify, but now, thanks to places like TikTok and just how popular these short form weird videos are, it's a little bit easier for me to justify spending my time making these things because I do have people looking at it and it does make me happy, and I think it makes other people happy. So these are just a few of the things that I've made over the years for no other reason other than to make them. I think some of these were maybe during COVID when I was just trapped at home and I had to be creative. I love Cheetos, so I don't know. That's why I'm making a tray out of epoxy using Cheetos. I still love that, by the way. That's a really fun project. Whenever I post these random things, I always encourage people to be creative and just to do things that make them smile and give them joy because life's too short, so that's my spiel. Okay, back to this duck. It's made of like a plastic. It's definitely not a wooden duck. It's definitely not fancy. So I'm gonna get started. Lord knows where this duck has been. Obviously, I had to clean it. It came with this string attached to it with a weight, which is kind of cool. I guess that's what keeps it sort of floating and from blowing over. I've never been hunting, so I have no idea. So I gave it a good scrub. I'm using this crud cutter. I think Rust-Oleum or some brand sent this to me ages ago when I was doing a spray paint project. I feel like it's probably pretty good. The biggest recommendation I have whenever you are cleaning something before painting is just to make sure that you are not using some sort of cleaning product that will leave behind a residue. Some organic cleaning products are oil-based, and so they're gonna leave behind a little bit of oil. Obviously, that's not good for spray paint. You also wanna make sure that you are not wiping off the cleaning product with something that can leave behind fibers. I'm looking at you like Swiffer dusters or toilet paper. I use a paper towel, which is probably not ideal. A rag would be even better, but just be aware. If you think your cloth is leaving anything behind, you don't want to use it. I grabbed the closest color spray paint in my arsenal to the mirror squares that I'm planning to use, and obviously that's going to be pink because it was an option. I think you can also get them in green. I definitely saw like silver and gold, but I don't know, this duck just felt like she needed to be pink. I'm giving it a base coat. I didn't give it too much thought. I probably could have primed it, but again, guys, I'm covering a duck decoy with mirror sequins, so it doesn't have to be perfect. This is plutonium spray paint, so it has a super fine mist. It doesn't give a lot of overspray, which is why I'm so close to it. It also has kind of a matte finish, which I guess that would be my only recommendation if you are doing something like this at home. A matte finish or a less shiny finish would be ideal. These little mirror squares, I bought ones that were already adhesive, And for the most part, that worked perfectly. There's a few places where the duck is really rounded or curved, where the mirror tiles are beginning to pull off, like the adhesive isn't in contact with the duck enough. So if I really cared, I can go back with a hot glue gun, but I didn't want to hot glue gun the whole thing. That felt like impossible. You can see, I didn't record the whole thing because I'm just sticking these things onto the duck. My only tip, if you really are gonna cover something with mirror tiles in your own home, is I kept them in rows. So I definitely did not do these one at a time. That felt like it would just take an eternity. Having the pink on the underside of the duck meant that if there's a few places where the mirror tiles, I keep calling them sequins, but there's a few places where the mirror tiles don't totally touch, but you don't notice it because there's a bajillion mirror tiles on the duck, and for the most part, they do touch, and she looks real good. So this is my disco duck. A bunch of people on social media sent me a song that apparently is called Disco Duck. I don't know how to get the rights for that or anything. I guess I'll drop a screen grab, so if you want to go look it up, you can. This lives in my dining room because she's fancy and I feel like that's where she should be. Thank you for watching, and go put mirror squares on something. I promise it'll make you happier. And then let me know if you do, because I literally want to cover everything in sequin mirror squares now. So beware.